but I'll take Jalen Hurts over Dak.
Different style quarterback, man.
Who would you rather have as your quarterback?
Dak.
I think.
If you're
most likely
Eagles
Dak.
fans and they lost 6 of the last 7, I know you would be on this show right now as an Eagles fan, Skip, saying you would rather have Dak over Jalen Hurts.
How about them Cowboys?
Angry Cowboys fan, are you down to ride? Angry Cowboys fan, are you down to ride? Drop a like on the video, go ahead and subscribe.
What's going on, Cowboy Nation and angry Cowboy fans around the world? Y'all know who it is. It's your boy, the Angry Cowboys fan, giving you my classy Cowboys content on our Dallas Cowboys. So if you're DC for life and want to help this channel grow to 10,000 subscribers, drop a like on the video, share this content with your friends who are Cowboys fans, and please subscribe to the channel. With the 2024 NFL Draft gone and teams signing new and UDFAs, of course the talking heads are going to have something to say about it. Insert the biggest sleeper cell in Cowboys Nation. Skip, my ratings are tanking because I got rid of Shannon Sharp Bayless. Of course, the Crypt Keeper of Cowboys Nation had something bad to say about the Dallas Cowboys. Not only something bad about Zeke's return, but also the draft and Dak Prescott, of course. It's all doom and gloom at the Star, according to Skip Bayless. So, we're going to take a listen to what Richard Sherman, Keyshawn Johnson, and Skip Bayless had to say, and then we're going to come back and unpack my raw and uncut. So, angry Cowboys fans, let's go ahead and take a listen to Richard Sherman.
I just don't, the offensive line that Zeke ran behind in his prime and his best, when he was at his best, I think the expectations that Jerry and Cowboys fans are going to have are unrealistic for what you're getting right now from Zeke, what you're getting from this offensive line. You'll have a rookie left tackle. You got great players and Tyler Smith, but I just don't see him being the same player and having the same impact. But at least the fans don't have to buy new jerseys. You can just go ahead and go in the closet, dust that jersey off that 21, and throw it on your back. So I guess, it may hurt jersey sales a little bit in Dallas, but I don't know if he's saving the team.
Richard Sherman said that he doesn't know what Cowboys Nation expects out of Zeke Elliott being back. It seems as if Richard Sherman is trying to soften the blow by telling us not to expect the Zeke of old. If that's Cowboys Nation's outlook on this signing, then whoever thinks that is going to have a long season. The people that hate this signing better get ready to be pissed off this entire season, because he's not back here to be the leading rusher of the NFL. I'll get more into that in my raw and uncut portion, so make sure you stick around for that. In the next clip that I got for you, Keyshawn Johnson asked the burning question that I have. What are your expectations of Zeke joining the Cowboys? So let's go ahead and listen to what Keyshawn Johnson had to say, and then we're going to come back and talk about it. Take it away, Key.
What am I asking of Zeke Elliott? What am I asking for him to do coming back on his second tour of duty for the Dallas Cowboys? What am I asking you to hold on to the football, pick up blitz protection, be a leader in the locker room, give us that I don't know, that force that we seem to not have, that leadership on the offensive side of the ball? Maybe those are the things that I'm asking for. It's not a splash, sexy, big money signing like Skip wants. It's a blast from the past that knows the system and understands. And when you're evaluating guys and you're looking at players in the draft and in free agency, and you look and you compare and you say to yourself, could Zeke Elliott, who understands our offense, our culture, and what we want to do, for the veteran minimum and some incentives, is he better than some kid in the 4th round, some kid in the 5th round?
Exactly, Keyshawn. What does Skip Bayless think this signing is supposed to be? Of course, we all would like to have a little sexiness when it comes to the picks we acquire during the draft, but Skip expects the splash play every single time. If Skip doesn't get his way or his pick, he starts to let whatever Keyshawn Johnson or Richard Sherman have to say go through one ear and out the other. Y'all know what I'm talking about, Cowboys Nation. The, or the, yeah, okay, or the, yeah, right. Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. I hate when people act like that and have zero fact to back up their ridiculous claims. Speaking of ridiculous claims, I had a hard time picking the clip of Skip Bayless because the majority of what this man was saying was putting the Dallas Cowboys down. If I had to pick what I wanted, y'all would have been here for at least 5 minutes listening to clips of Skip Bayless. Everything he says is so negative, the definition of destructive criticism. So let's take a listen to what Skip had to say, and then you know what we're going to do after that. We're going to come back and unpack my raw and uncut. So, Skip Bayless, go ahead and say whatever you want to say.
Here's what I saw in the draft. I saw them at 24 have a player fall into their lap who would have been a perennial Pro Bowl potential player at center in Graham Barton. And I said it on Friday. You had him at 24. You're just sitting there, but you got to get cute. I'm going to get an extra third-round pick. I'm going to move back to 29. And I'm going to take Tyler Guyton. Richard mentioned this. Listen, I know Tyler Guyton. I watched him for 2 years at Oklahoma after he transferred in from TCU. And he has lots of talent at 6 feet 8 inches tall. But it's finesse talent. It's not fire talent. And it's going to take a while for him to develop as a left tackle. And we didn't even get into this on Friday, but you realize what Gutekunst did up in Green Bay. That's the team that kicked our asses, the youngest team in the NFL that kicked our asses in the home playoff game in which we were down 48-16 early in the fourth quarter. He sat right on top of us at 25 and took that kid from Arizona, Jordan Morgan, said, we need a left tackle. We're going to plug him right in because they lost Bakhtiari. So is he right and Jerry's wrong? Well, I think I'd bet on Gutekunst here because he's been really right lately in the draft. And then Tampa, 2 picks later, takes Graham Barton, and I'm thinking, what are you doing, Jerry? And we wind up with Tyler Guyton.
I swear, Skip is like that old boyfriend or girlfriend that does nothing but throw your faults and your past in your face when they don't get their way. Let's go ahead and do this so I can say what I really want to say. Y'all ready for my raw and uncut? Y'all ready? Let's get it. Skip is the type of fan that gets on my damn nerves. Every move is a negative move. Every signing that isn't a splash signing is a negative signing. They can't see anything positive about the team they claim to root for. They compare them to every single team in the NFL who has a winning record. They want everything another team has and complains that the Dallas Cowboys don't have. We got 2 picks for our 24th pick. Get over it. Instead of 1 player in Graham Barton, we landed 2 in Tyler Guyton and Cooper Beebe. 2 players that may have an impact for the team this year, but no, it always has to be the worst case scenario. Angry Cowboys fans, this is the reason why I put up that quote in the community tab before. For those who don't know what quote I'm talking about, I wrote a quote and it says this: while some look to the brighter side, there are others who will be quick to remind you of the shade you are trying to purge. What do I mean by that? It means that the Dallas Cowboys are trying to fill the gaps in the team and focus on winning, but instead, some of Cowboys Nation can only envision losing for this team. As much as they try to get rid of that sour taste in Cowboys Nation's mouths from the Green Bay Packers game, some Cowboys fans are quick to remind them of it as if it's going to trigger a positive response or something. They are quick to throw it in their faces. Instead of supporting players that we do have, people want to get online and degrade them on their platforms that you know these players watch or use. Sometimes they tag them directly in the post. Do y'all think that that's something a player wants to see when they're giving their blood, sweat, and tears on the field for your amusement? shit. I've seen more supporters of the Jones family, even though they told us that they're not going out and getting any splash players, that the team is going to have to work with less. You would figure fans would want to be on the Joneses' head for this, but it's much easier to blame Dak Prescott or blame the acquisition of Zeke Elliott. If y'all look to the other franchises for players that are better than the ones that we have, why can't you look at other franchises' front office and say the same thing? And honestly, I am sick and damn tired about hearing about the Green Bay Packers loss. That shit was months ago, Cowboys Nation, and here we are talking about it as if it was yesterday. What do coaches teach quarterbacks when they throw an interception? What do coaches teach running backs when they fumble? Or DBs when they get beat deep and get scored on? They don't remind you of it a few games down the road. Oh, remember that game against Tennessee where you threw that interception? No, they don't do that. They tell them to shake it off. Have a short memory and move on. Why is it that some of Cowboys Nation can't move on and focus on this season instead of last? 2023 has come and gone. The Kansas City Chiefs won the Super Bowl. That season is over. It's time to move on and worry about what we are doing this season without having scorned fans reminding the team about its faults from previous years. As for Zeke returning to the team, there were many of Cowboys fans who were saying that we shouldn't have let go of Zeke during last season when we couldn't punch the ball into the end zone from the goal line. Now we're getting him back, and it's the wrong move? Zeke is not coming back to this team to be the bell cow that most people are accustomed to. The way the NFL is shaping up, it looks as if every team is running the running back room by committee. Will Zeke be the RB1? More than likely. The thing is, being the RB1 doesn't mean that you won't come out of the game while the RB2 or RB3 comes in to relieve you. This isn't the days of Emmitt Smith and Terrell Davis. This is a new NFL. An NFL that sees that the splash play is the most exciting play and it attracts more fans. Just like the NBA with the three-point shot. The NFL is turning into a pass-heavy league. The attention that the running back got back in the day, that's fading away, Cowboys Nation. The ground and pound is secondary to the 40-yard pass. The thing is, the run game will never fade from the league. While defenses are getting ready for the fast pace of today's football, I truly feel that the Dallas Cowboys are trying to place themselves in a position to remain competitive while also making moves to get fresh players on the roster that can keep up with this fast pace, but as well as ground and pound. If that means that we have to re-sign a player we know can get the dirty yards as opposed to a rookie that may need adjusting, that's what it is. Zeke is back with the team for legacy purposes. Zeke is back with the team for his family. He's back with the team for his presence in the locker room and his experience with the organization. He is here to teach the younger backs. He's here to boost the morale of our QB1 while also protecting them during the game. He's here to get those dirty yards that Tony Pollard couldn't get. He's here to be a receiving threat out of the backfield. He's here to make the defenses finally respect the run once again. And most importantly to the Jones family, Zeke is here because he is cheap. So, Skip Bayless, those members of Cowboys Nation, Zeke is signed. We didn't draft a running back. Like the Green Bay Packers game last year. Get over it. It's time to move on with the pieces that we have and the pieces we will be attaining during the first part of the season leading in to the trade deadline. It's time to start looking for solutions and stop bitching about the problems. This has been your boy, the Angry Cowboys fan. What did you think about what the guys from Undisputed had to say? How do you feel about the team after the draft? Let's have that conversation in the comment section. If you're digging the content and want to help get this content out to even more Dallas Cowboy fans, drop a like on the video. It also lets YouTube know that y'all want to hear my raw and uncut. If you are DC for life and you want to join the ACF family as we cheer on our Dallas Cowboys through the 2024 season and beyond, hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell so you can be notified whenever I go live, release a video, or a podcast episode. It seems like no matter what the Dallas Cowboys do, someone will have something negative to say about it. These talking heads don't realize that it continues to cause you to lose your viewers that Cowboys content creators will gladly invite in the fold. This has been your boy, the Angry Cowboys Fan, and I'm out.